You and I both participated in the Million Man March.
Yes.
And 10 years later, 2005, the year following the Million Worker March, uh, we participated in the Millions More movement, which was the 10-year anniversary of the Million Worker March. Draw some contrast from the workers' perspective of the difference between the Million Man March and the Millions More movement, and the role that Million Worker March movement played in making those changes and creating new dynamics.
The Million Man March was a wonderful event because of the fact that it not only did it bring large numbers, the largest demonstration of African Americans or any demonstration in Washington, D.C., but that it spoke directly to many of the concerns and issues of black people. While there were many working class blacks who attended the Million Man March, there was not a mobilization of workers to participate in the march as part of any kind of organized leadership, because, as you know, you had ministers from various parts of the country, you had various grassroots organizations that were represented at the march, but notwithstanding the fact that there were Teamsters, there were longshoremen, construction workers, postal workers, but there weren't any unions that were represented on the podium and speaking and tying in issues of workers' rights with the overall struggles of the black community. African Americans are more likely to belong to a union than many other groups. Black people understand the importance of unions because of the fact that unions have made it possible for there to be fairness on the job. Grievance machinery, the ability to build coalitions with community organizations. And when one looks at the March on Washington, for example, there's so much focus on Dr. King and his I Had a Dream speech that people forget about the role that A. Philip Randolph played, an African American stalwart in the trade union movement, and the role that labor played in organizing that event. And that's very important, you know, to understand. And so that is when labor was much more activist oriented than now.
Coming out of the Million Worker March, we hit on two things: reclaiming May Day, and subsequently it merged into another demand that we had, which was recognizing and legalizing these undocumented workers. In the 2 minutes we have.
Okay, Chris, I think that it's important to note that we did call for reclaiming May Day, because May Day is International Workers' Day, but its origins are here in the United States around the struggle in America for the 8-hour workday. And it's celebrated all around the world, and that the powers that be, in cahoots with the trade union leadership, managed to change our Workers' Day from International Workers' Day, May Day, to September 3rd, Labor Day, which is devoid of any kind of meaning, doesn't have anything to do with our history of struggle and militancy and sacrifice that we've made in this country in order for workers to have the working conditions that they enjoy today. And it's ironic that it took the most exploited and oppressed sector of the working class, the undocumented workers, to basically embrace the reclaiming of May Day, and for going, this will be the third year that there has been a major mobilization on May Day. This year, May 1st, 2008, the International Longshore and Warehouse Union Longshore Division, which provides the labor at 29 ports on the West Coast, will be taking off for 8 hours on the day shift in opposition to the war in Iraq. It is a historic move. The ports of Los Angeles and the ports of Long Beach are the largest container ports in America. And it is very significant that an action like this is being taken, because we've had millions of people in the streets opposing the war, Bush referred to that as focus groups. But any time that you can make a statement by shutting down cargo for a shift makes a very, very strong statement. And it also indicates the point that workers have the ability to take action at the point of production. I mean, that's one of the few prerogatives that we have as working people. And so this action is going to be something that will be remembered for many, many years to come. And I think it will make the point that in order to end this war, we have to take action where we work. Because if Teamsters, longshoremen, airline pilots, and other workers don't go to work, we shut down commerce in America.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you back here in New York. Good to sit and
Thank you,
talk to you
brother.
again, brother. It was good to see you.